Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we make sense of the financial jargon that shapes our world. And today we're digging into an eBay filing that is all about correcting the record. So what seems to be the issue? Well, it looks like eBay CEO might have misspoken on national television. And this report is here to clean up that little verbal misstep. But beyond this one comment, what does it tell us about the company's communication and its focus? Stick around to find out. And before we dive in, if you appreciate getting straight, no fluff insights from these corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below, where we break down these filings even further. So come join the conversation. We're looking at an 8K filing from eBay Incorporated dated the 31st of October 2025. Now, an 8K is like a special bulletin a company sends out to the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, when something really important happens that investors need to know about right away. Think of it as breaking news from the corporate world. This particular filing is a current report, meaning it is all about immediate events. eBay is registered in Delaware, which is a common state for companies to incorporate in, and their commission file number is 001-37713. They're a big player registered on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol eBay. The main event here is under item 7.01, which deals with Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD stands for Fair Disclosure, and it is designed to prevent companies from selectively sharing important news with only a few people. If they release something important, they have to make sure everyone hears it at the same time. What happened was on the 30th of October this year, 2025, eBay's Chief Executive Officer, Jamie Iannone, was on Fox Business show The Clayman Countdown. He was asked about the company's outlook for the fourth quarter of 2025, and in his response, he seemed to say that their guidance for gross merchandise volume, or GMV, was 4 to 6% for next year. But here is the twist. The company is now saying that Mr. Iannone misspoke. What he meant to say and what he should have said to be consistent with their official statements was 4 to 6% for next quarter, meaning the fourth quarter of 2025 itself. This clarification comes a day after they had already issued their official earnings release on the 29th of October 2025, which clearly stated a Q4 2025 GMV guidance range of 4 to 6%. So this AK isn't about new financial promises or changes to their business plan. It is purely a correction, a way of saying, whoops, that wasn't quite right. Here is what we actually meant. They are very careful to state that this filing isn't affirming or updating their guidance, it is just fixing a verbal slip-up. And at the end we have the formal sign-off. Samantha Wellington, the Senior Vice President, Chief Legal Officer and Secretary, has signed this report on behalf of eBay Incorporated, confirming its accuracy under the securities laws. So what is the story here? It is a classic case of getting the details right. While the correction itself might seem minor, it highlights the importance of precision in corporate communications, especially when talking about financial forecasts. A misspoken number, even if corrected immediately, can cause confusion and potentially impact investor confidence. For eBay, it is about ensuring that their public statements align perfectly with their official financial guidance, and this 8K is their way of making sure that record is straight. Now, looking at the bigger picture for eBay, they are a giant in the online marketplace. They connect buyers and sellers across the globe. The key metric they're talking about, gross merchandise volume or GMV, is super important for them. It is basically the total value of all goods sold on their platform. When they give guidance on GMV, they're telling investors how much economic activity they expect to happen on eBay. A 4 to 6% growth in GMV for a quarter, especially a crucial one like the fourth quarter, which often includes holiday shopping, is a decent but not explosive growth rate. It signals stability and continued business. However, miscommunicating whether that growth is for the next quarter or the entire next year can create unnecessary noise. Investors are always watching these numbers very closely, and any ambiguity can lead to questions about the company's clarity and control. This correction is important because when a CEO speaks, the market listens. If Mr. Iannone had indeed meant 4 to 6% for the whole next year, that would have been a much slower growth outlook compared to the current quarter. But since he misspoke, and the guidance for the next quarter remains a healthy 4 to 6%, it suggests the company is still on track for solid performance in the immediate future. It is a reminder that even for seasoned executives, verbal communication needs to be as precise as written reports. The fact that they rushed out this 8K shows they take their disclosure responsibilities very seriously. They want to avoid any doubt about their financial projections. While this specific incident is about a verbal slip, it underscores the general principle that financial guidance is a critical communication tool. Consistency and clarity are paramount. In my opinion, this filing is a minor blip, a housekeeping item. eBay is a well-established company with a strong brand. The real financial health check comes from their quarterly earnings reports, which would detail their revenue, costs, and profits. This 8. K is just about correcting a misstatement of their forward-looking guidance. It doesn't necessarily signal any fundamental weakness in the business itself, but rather highlights the importance of clear and accurate communication from leadership. The company's ability to manage its marketplace and adapt to changing consumer behavior are the true indicators of its direction. For now, it seems they are focused on maintaining steady growth in their core business. Alright, that is our breakdown of eBay's latest filing. What is your take on this correction and what it means for the company? Do you think these small missteps matter in the long run? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description below for more exclusive discussions. Thanks for watching, see you next time.